Hi writers! Here's your chance to earn 3x more from your published chapters. Introducing the new Chapter Quality Bonus, or CQB. You get an extra reward for writing high-quality content on Pocket FM. That means the better your series performs, the higher your CQB earnings. So, how is CQB rewarded? Once you publish a story, we track how well it performs over 7 to 14 days. For every hour of content, your chapter quality is tested on listeners, and based on performance, tiers are assigned. You'll fall into one of these 3 tiers. Great, best retention, $20 per 2K words. Good, decent retention, $10 per 2K words. Fair, low retention, no bonus. What determines which tier you fall into? It all comes down to user retention. What is user retention? User retention shows how many listeners are staying with your story across chapters. Here's a simple example. If 1,000 listeners start Chapter 1 and only 100 reach Chapter 20, that means Chapter 20 has a 10% retention. Here's a visual showing how each chapter range performs and whether it meets the great or good benchmarks. Each chapter range corresponds to approximately 1 hour of the series. Where to check your series retention? You can track retention and insights for your latest chapters on the writer homepage. Select your series from the drop-down menu. Check lifetime retention, trends, and low-performing chapters on the Analytics or Insights tab. Let's understand how you can know your story's performance through this graph. Each range of chapters corresponds to 1 hour of the series. The retention graph represents hourly retention in that particular range of chapters. The dark green line represents the Great Retention benchmark with a $20 incentive. The green line represents the Good Retention benchmark with $10 incentive. Blue line shows your series' actual retention. Long press on the graph to see detailed chapter data. You can move across different points on the line in the graph and see the performance of each chapter to know which chapters are doing better than others. Imagine 1,000 people start listening to your story from episode 1. By the time they reach Chapter 10, only 400 are still listening. That means your retention at Chapter 10 is 40%. If by Chapter 20, just 100 listeners continue listening from the initial 1,000 listeners, that's a retention of 10% for Chapter 20. This means 10% of the original audience that started at Chapter 1 is still engaged with the story at Chapter 20. Start publishing great content from every new chapter to avoid editing and earn CQB faster.